All right, so here's the continuation of the video, project two, homework two, homework two, all right? So I do apologize if there is some marks here. Um, I did a previous recording of this, however, the video, I looked more into depth of in sensors and see if there, and see there's other ways to use not only a protractor, but also a compass. So, oh, okay, one moment, guys. Uh, yeah, it is. So we're just gonna do this. I'm gonna make a good cut. All right, cool. So yeah, so in the video, in the previous recording, right? Well, not the previous recording, but the previous edited, not the previous edited, but much more of the pre-run, right? I was trying to make the video again, or try to get additional work into this. However, I noticed that there's actually two examples of this. So one example, right? We can use a protractor, and then the other example we can use a compass to find the end center, right? So let's first try using the compass first, our the compass. So let's say also we have a let's redo an example, right? So here we have our triangle, right? Let's draw a normal triangle. Right, here's our triangle. Hope you guys can see the bigness of the triangle. So here's our triangle, right? We can also label it as well. This is angle. This is B. This is A. This is C. Cool. So now what else we can do? It's also finding the missing angle. So let's say this is we can find the measurement of angle BAC. Use a different sharpie because also use different sharpies whenever you're trying to find in centers or angles in general because just in case just in case you use like a different if you use different sharpies or markers or pens whatever, right, it makes your work much more readable and also like you can actually know, okay, this is for this one, this is for the other one, and so yeah, it works out pretty good in the long run. So moment. All right, and also angle measurement angle ABC. I mean, this is also the same. Okay, so first let's use the compass. I would like to use the compass first. Why? Because the compass is pretty useful. So, what's the first thing you do is get your point on A, right? And then just do this because what you do here is just mark it up. I'm probably gonna first do this in pencil, right? Probably gonna do this in pencil so you guys so I can line up better. And then also now he's Sharpie. Why? Because I see also in the video, in the previous video, and also in the mock video also, um, writing things in pen or in pencil aren't really the best thing in the world. Also, we could put an angle here. We could put different angles here because we're not sure if they are congruent. I mean, if we can define they are congruent, then cool. If it's not, then we have to put angles. We got to put little marks in there to prove that they aren't congruent to each other. Right. So this is another one. Right. Right. And then what else we could do? We can do then here where they touch the line, right? This line, we mark two dots. Each of them represent them hidden dot. And then now what we do, we repeat what we did previous here, right? We put a desired angle, right? We go, okay, we make the little angle, right? Nice. Here's an angle, and now we do it here again. We go, okay, let's do it here, right? This is one, and then here's another one, right? And you see where they touch, right? That is our that is somewhat of our angle bisector, right? That is our angle bisector, right? And what we do is we just make a little, now what we do is we mark it up, and then we go mark it up with the ruler. We use our ruler to make the line. No, I am, this is just the example of it, right? So you see here, this is one, right? We're gonna mark this up too. So mark it both up. So here's one, right? Now we gotta do it to the other one, right? Repeat the exact same step we did here, right? So here we used we give it a desired angle, right? A desired line, or we mark it up from our compass, right? From a desired angle, we go okay, right? Once hit those two corners, right? Those two lines, line AB and line AC, right? Wherever they touch, right? Touch. I'm sorry. Sorry for the background music. So also, right? Whenever they hit, right? Whenever those line, we mark them up, and then we repeat the exact same thing here. We make the little angle, right? Make a little angle, nice little angle here. We make two little lines also to, yeah, we make not two angles, but but use our compass again. But this time we're doing it for here, right? And then once they intersect to each other, right? We form the angle. We form the line, and that line there is called the angle bisector, right? We're gonna put this in big words. Angle bisector, right? That is our angle bisector. And now we got to repeat the exact same step here. So here also, it's a good suggestion. Practice on your compass skill also, just in case you want to use the compass a little bit more than your protractor. Now what we do, we mark it up also. Same thing here. We go nurse ruler. Mark those two endpoints in which they intercept or where they lie on the line, right? We do the exact same thing. Go, okay, we do here, we lined it up. And also, that's one. Now here. Oh, seems that it's not going to hit. Doesn't matter. Can improve on here what we want. When you have it, you see intercept. When I say intercept, we can mark it up. I'll mark it up now with a green marker just to be sure so you guys can see it as well. Right? Once they intercept, when those two angles intercept, right? Then what we do, we can use our ruler to make the angle bisector as well. So what we do is just make sure that's all line. Just make the line straight line. And that is also our angle. Let's see if you guys can see this here. So that's our angle bisector also. All right. And now once you see that those two angles are touching each other, right? If you want to be extra sure and just be extra careful, like, hey, you know what? I'm kind of worried. And also, just in case, right? You do it also here too if you want. Look, um, based on probability and based by guessing, it probably also hits. So look, let's do it here too. Say this is hitting, right? It was like, okay, hit it. Use a nice line, just right. It goes, okay, there's one. Repeat the exact same thing also, right? Do it again. Repeat the exact same thing. Why? Because why? You're trying to find the end center, of course. Do it again. Go, okay. Make sure that it shows that it's hidden. Also, be practicing using the compass a little bit more because just in case. And also, if you see you see what I did, right? The compass didn't work for me, not that much. So I have a 30 firm ground, all right? Use Sharpie, mark it up, a little dot there, and also dot here because, just in case. And just see where they hit. And then what you do, just make like perfect. Just do it. Do it. And then you see? You see right here? Once they all touch each other, right? You just mark it up. Let's say we're gonna use a black, let's say you use a brown pen, brown Sharpie. See that? That is your nice in center of the triangle, right? So we're gonna mark it as the in center. So you spell it in center. Let's see if you guys can see it. Nope. That's your in center of it. Here also, this is our in center of that angle, right? So we go. Also gonna mark it here too. This is our in center also. So not in center, but our angle bisector. So you see what we did. Let's recap what we did here too. So here, right, we have our triangle, right? This is our triangle. It's labeled A, B, and C, right? And then what we used was, of course, our compass, right? We used our compass. And then what we did here, right? Let's say, for example, for A, right? What we did, we used our compass. We put a desired angle, right? A desired length of the triangle of that certain angle, right? Because we're trying to find the angle bisector, right? We draw it, right? And then what we did here was that we once once that side, right, or once the line of the compass that we once the line that the compass was made, the compass was used for, right? Once it hit those 2 points, or once it hit either line, right, line AB or line AC, right? We use we use also the compass again to mark the desired points, right? To make a desired line, desired length of it, right? And we just mark it up. We go do here, right? You find the desired length of it, and then we draw it. We draw just a normal circle if we want to. Draw a normal circle, and also here, repeat the exact same step to the other side, right? And then once we discover that once it intercepts, right? Once that little line intercepts, once those lines intercepted, right? What we use now is just our ruler, right? We use our ruler, and then what we did, we make sure if it all lines up to each other, and then we just draw a straight line, and that is your angle bisector. And we did it for all three of them. Actually, we did it for all three of them. We did it for angle BCA, right? Our angle BCA, our angle ABC, right? ABC. And then once those angle bisectors, right? Once those angle bisectors touch each other, or they intercept to each other, right? That is our inner center. But also, let's go much more in depth. Let's say for example, hey, what's if the angles are beta from each other, not much more of a acute angle, much more of a obtuse angle mentioned previously. So let's do that. So let's say, for example, let's use our compass here, right? Let's say, for example, let's make some angles here. I'm gonna use a pencil just to be sure. Let's say this is 1 point, right? Let's say the angle here, it's big triangle. Let's say it's 120, right? Just draw it here. If you guys can see this, probably not. You guys can see it? Yes, you guys can see it right now. Let me try to just do a rough sketch here. So this is probably going to be 120 there. This is going to be this is around 10. Yeah, that looks nice. 10. And then also we can do it here. We'll just do it. Yeah, you guys can see that. Now we can do is just use a Sharpie to just mark it up. Now you guys can see it. Oh, you guys can see that, yes. So see here is our triangle, right? Label it now. Let's label this as A, B, C as usual. A, B, and C. All right, just be sure you guys can see A. Right, angles, right? Whatever sides. And then also what we do now, also if we want to, is just label some angles, right? We have angle CAV of angle CBA, and now angle ACB, right? So now what we do now is just use our trusty compass, right? We're gonna also, yeah, what we can also do is just put a little dot here, just in case. Use one of these. Why, you're probably wondering? Oh, okay. Whoops, one little thing I forgot to mention. I did everything in blue, so probably gonna mark this in green. Um, Green, and this is in red. Make a little circle so it indicates it's red. I'm so sorry. You guys can see green much more visually. It's possible to see it. Can you guys see green possibly? Can you guys see it? Yes, you guys can see it. All right, just the lighting. Yeah. So here we have our green also, and also we have our red. You guys cannot see some of these colors. I am so sorry. Now also gonna make sure they all also. Now what we do now, you see here, our obtuse angle, we have an obtuse angle. Yes, we do. What we do now is just repeat the exact same thing what we did in example, right? To find the angle bisector, use a compass. Just draw a line, make a circle, make a semicircle if you want, if you can. See, use our blue Sharpie to just get it. Yep. Once the line, once the semicircle, once the line hits either line AC or AB, right? Again, use or protractor, right? Or compass, my bad. I don't know why I mentioned protractor. I think I used the latest in the last video. I used protractor more. Um, Still, yeah. What we do now is just make a nice little circle if you can. Same thing here. And you see that those intercept from each other, or those lines intercept. What we do now is we also mark that to indicate that it's intercepted. What else we can line? much more clearer and much more bigger, so you guys can see it also. Let's see if you guys can see this. You guys can see that? Yes, you can. And yes, now what we do is use our ruler. Yes, so now just make sure it's line it up to all those 2 points. Just make a straight line. Yep. That is your angle bisector for angle bisector for which angle? For angle angle CAB or tab short. Okay, that's one. And let's do the other one in green. Okay, so here yet again, get our nice compass. And let's make a half circle. Beautiful. Line, exact same step. So once the line hits line CB or line AB again, make the 2 dots. Repeat the exact same step again. Let's say from here, the entire length. One. That's 2. So now what we do, do apologize if you guys could see it, right? If you guys could see it, let me know. And now what we do now is just make sure that that line works with that. Does it line up? Yes, it does. Now what we do is just make the line. Can you guys see that? Yeah, looks like you guys can see that. So now what we do now is here is just this last one. Right. Oops, I forgot to mention this is also, so what we found here was the you guessed it, this was the angle bisector. Bisector of what? Of angle CBA. That's right. Right. Now we do here is just this last one. This last one, which is angle ABC, right? Angle ABC, right? You repeat the exact same thing what we did in the last two. Right, go again here, right? Seems that based on guessing, it's gonna probably hit that point, right? Right. What we do now, just mark it up. Then again, do it again. This time here. You need two lines. Using your compass, and then you see that they're intercepted. Once they intercept, right, you're gonna make a low point. So now we're gonna probably gonna line this up. Yep, gonna point. You're gonna make a point, and then what you do is use your nice compass. Use your 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 ruler, and just make sure that they all line up. And yeah, so see here, this is now also this line is your angle bisector. Your angle bisector of angle ACB. And then you see where those lines, all 3 lines intercepted from each other. Got it. That is your in center. That is your inceptor. So I'm probably going to show it here so you guys can see it much more clear. So as a recap, right? So here, this is our nice angle. Here's our nice triangle. I'm sorry that it's not up to scale. I'm so sorry. But here, right? But let's make this much more fun, right? So here we have our triangle, right? You notice that angle, that corner A or side or point A, right? Or angle CAB, right? You notice that it's not an acute angle. It's actually an obtuse angle, right? So now what we do, you see here we have two acute angles, we have an obtuse angle. It doesn't matter where it goes, right? As long as you use a compass or a protractor, right? These last two examples, we use a protractor, right? And we repeat the exact same step as we did here, as we did in our let's see, as we did in our previous example, right? As the one that we have demonstrated below, as the one that we demonstrated, right? You see here, we did the exact same steps, and yeah, we did the exact same steps, right? We did also here, right? We repeat the exact same steps, right? We proved the line, we proved the angle, and then we proved that this is the angle bisector, right? We also did it for the other two angles, right? Angle bisector of ACB and also angle bisector of CBA, right? And then once those lines intersect, that's your in-sensor, right? And then yeah, that's all it. Um, yeah, and that's all it. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments as well as like the video, please. And also like the previous video as well. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as well as if you have any questions or if you want to see the previous video as well, in which I also recap some information to it. So thank you guys so much and have a good day.